Do you know what our problem is with our children today? They have no destiny. You know why? Because dad doesn't know where he's going. Dad's going nowhere. The children are just like dad. He doesn't know where he's going. Don't you understand, mister? You are royalty. God has chosen you as prince of your home. Don't you understand your destiny is to raise up a family that is a blossom and blessing in your community? You are a chosen man. And then discipline. He says to command his children. It is a fool who says, I do not tell my children what to believe. Because if you don't, someone else will. The drug addicts are commanding your children, and your children are obeying. The lust mongers are commanding your daughters, and your daughters are obeying. For God's sake, you command something. Command that they be in at 10 o'clock. Command that there be guidelines. Command that they be responsible. For God's sake, discipline. But to command, you've got to know what's going on. That means you've got to cut off the television set and shut down the VCR and open up the Bible and command everybody be there for devotions. You've got to command, and then you've got to add dominion. Dominion means for them to apply the truth that you've been teaching in the home, in society, that God might now bless society because of your kids. We've got to take our communities back. We got to take them back. The kids aren't going to give them up. The drug lords aren't going to give them up. We got to take it back. We got to take it back. And all it takes is a little guts. We got to take it back. Finally, where do we start? You say, okay, I've heard you. I want to be man again. I want to be this kind of man. This man who is able to take truth and lead it in my home and society. What do I do? Well, the first thing you do is you go home and you say, wife, I got to talk to you. You say, honey, I've made a terrible mistake. I didn't mean to make it. And I was raised to make it, and so I'm making it. But I've made a terrible mistake, honey. I've given you my role, and I must reclaim it. Now, don't misunderstand what I'm telling you to do, mister. I'm not telling you to ask for your role back. I'm asking you to take it back. Because see, if you ask for it back, you liable to hear no. So that means I got to pause and tell you ladies something. Give it back and don't add to our problem. It may take some time and it's going to take some work, but for God's sake, woman, give it back. He needs it. Our boys need it. Give it back. Give it back, hand it back over ever so slowly for your own security's sake. Take it one step at a time, but if the man sits you down and says he's going to take it back, say gladly. Because God never meant for you to bear the load you're bearing. Give it back. If you're single, pledge yourself to chastity. A man controls his passions. A man says, you are too virtuous for me to misuse your body for my own selfish whims. You say, but my passions are too high. They're too uncontrollable. The Bible has a solution. It is better to marry than to burn. Hurry up, find your wife, get married. Oh, they're going to call you a sissy. Say, well, man, you're not taking care of business, man? What's wrong with you? Something's wrong. You're not taking care of business. To which your response is, I prefer not to live the life of Fido. To which your response is, women have too much dignity to be abused, and women, you are too precious to be messed over, be left pregnant, and trace some lawyer down to help you get your child support payments. You are too valuable in that. Let your schedule reflect your new commitment. What are you going to change? What can you tell your wife when you sit there with her? You're going to change right away. Honey, this show I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up my 10:30 to 11 o'clock favorite show. We're going to turn off the TV, and that's going to be our talk time. I'm not going to go to the gym, the spa 5 days anymore. I'm just going to go 3. So the 2 days, look, every Friday night is yours, honey. We're going to start dating again. I know I haven't taken you on a date in months and months and months, but every Friday, I'm calling you and telling you, get dressed. We're hitting the town tonight. There's some schedule changes here. What's changing in your schedule? Become a churchman. Become a churchman. Stop letting your wife run your spiritual life. Take up leadership in the church. Reclaim the church. Reclaim teaching the boys in Sunday school. Reclaim becoming deacons and leaders to help people. Reclaim becoming surrogate fathers to the fatherless. Reclaim your lead. Reclaim it. Become a churchman. Become, finally, a biblical lover. A biblical lover doesn't wait for his wife to make the decisions. He initiates it, even though he needs her counsel, even though he needs her input. He initiates it. 2, biblical love is commitment love. It's not dealing with how you feel. Biblical love is, well, look, the marriage is going bad, tough. We're going to make it anyway. That's biblical love.
Dr. Tony Evans